This screencast is going to show you how to print the graphs from the Tier 2 progress monitoring tool that's on Google Drive. To be able to print, the first thing that you need to do is go into Google Drive and you're going to search for the PBIS folder. Once you find that, you can click on it and we'll scroll down to the Tier 2 folder and we will click on that. Next, we'll go into the check-in, check-out progress monitoring tool. Mine looks a bit different. I have access to all three grade levels. You would pick the grade level, obviously, that your student is in, and then along the bottom, you would pick your student's tab to print out their particular graph. We're going to use a mock third grade spreadsheet. And I will show you how to print the graph that would show the intervention from the starting point up until the current point that you're at, which is an easy thing to do. I'll also show you how you can change the graph and print out a weekly summary so that you can attach that to the weekly Pride communication if you'd like. It's a nice little tool to graphically show parents how the student's week went. So the first thing that we do is we find the student's name along the bottom and you go ahead and click on that, and this is all of that student's data right in here along with their graph. As you can see, the column D, each time that the student reaches above 80% of their points, the cell turns green to let you know that they met the 80% goal, which is what we're looking for. One nice thing about the graph, you can change the title of the graph. As you can see, doesn't look like there's any options at this point. What you need to do is go ahead and click on the right hand side and it makes the box bigger, and then there's a drop down menu right here that you can click on and click Advanced Edit. And once you do that, you've got a few tabs up here. I'll show you a couple things that you can do. The first thing you can do is, if your student's name is not at the top of the graph, it's kind of nice to have that, particularly if you have multiple students that are on a Tier 2 intervention and you're printing out multiple graphs. It's nice to have the title as their name so that you can keep track of them. All you have to do is just go ahead and retype whatever you'd like to title the graph, and after you're done you can hit update with everything. We're not going to hit update because it's already on this particular graph. So we'll exit out of here real quick, or you can hit cancel. The easiest way to print this graph, again, is to go ahead and click on this right hand side and click the drop down menu. You're going to save the image, and it's actually going to download down here. You'll see it pop up. As you can see, it's downloading it. And once this is done loading, circling around, it'll be able to open, and we'll be able to print from there. So we'll go ahead and click Open. And at this point, you can go ahead and click Print and send it to whatever printer you'd like. Now, this is a graph of the intervention from starting point until the current point. So this is not the weekly summary. The default setting that we have it set at is to show you the start of the intervention to the current point. So it will continue to add up those points and show you a graph of the entire intervention. You can go ahead and click out of this after you've printed. If you want to show the weekly graph, it gets a bit more complicated, but it is possible. You do the same thing and you click over here and you do a drop down menu and click Advanced Edit. And I like to move this over here so I can see what I'm doing with the cells. but you can click, so there's 3 tabs, Customize Charts and Start. You'll click the Start tab to change to see the weekly summary. So the way we do this is you go to the data and you select ranges. So you can click Select Ranges. And right now we have this first blank box up, or this first box up here set to look at the data from A1 to A100. So A1 all the way down to A100. If we want to look at the past week, say from March 24th to March 28th, we need to change this to say A10, because you always go one cell before the point that you'd like to start. It's a little bit weird, but that's actually how you do it. So we're going to go from A10 up until A14. And the reason we do that is because we're looking at this right here, A10, just this line, until A14, until this line. And we'll do the same thing with this, except it will be column D. So the first box is for the dates. The second box is actually for column D, for the percentage. And so we're going to say from D10 to D14, because we want to look at this point until this point. And once you have your week set, all you have to do is click OK, and it will change the graph to show the past week. You can click Update. And once you've clicked Update, again, you can go back, click on the right-hand side, click the drop-down menu, and click Save Image, and it will download that chart. And it's now done, and we can click Open. And once again, you can print this to whatever printer you would like. And that is how you print both a weekly summary and the total intervention chart.